Good morning. It is about 25 after 9 on the 19th of February, 2019. This is E for eminywizard.com and marketwizards.com. And I'm going to remind traders, especially those new to this room, that this is educational in nature. We want to make sure you understand we are not advising trades for you to take, but rather to learn about trading. And hopefully you'll do that and practice on a simulator and catch some of our ideas, and then use this and add it to what you already know. I'm not trying to change your style. I'm trying to add things to what you already know and supplement that. So trading is risky. Make sure you use risk capital you can afford to lose. Okay, we're taking a look at the overnight range. I've got it calculated automatically with the widget. I've also got the prior range, that 73 low. So we can see just how important that 73 area is right now. That's our middle. It's a symmetry idea for now. And we advise traders, if there's been a directional trade overnight, to make sure you are paid coming into the open. And theoretically, that will cause a bounce. If we do not get the bounce, then that tells us something already. So for now, I'm looking at several charts. This is the 15-minute Globex chart, which I said I believe is in play. I also said the 30-minute chart is in play. We want to be aware of that. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We've got 67.75 Angel trying to hold very tight range, about a 5-point range since I've been up anyways. I don't know what time you got to your desk, but certainly overnight we've had a couple of legs lower. And the convenient trade has been suggested that you're probably better off trying to buy for a couple of points than you are trying to sell at this level. In truth, you can play either way anytime you want, as long as you're disciplined. But the odds would seem to favor making sure you are paid coming into this level from Friday. And I believe because we knocked out the high, back up above here, the most important component today is still going to be probably that 78 area as a resistance zone. So first things first, longs need to get it up above this 72, 71 area. Then they need to knock out this 74, and then they've got to get back up into here in that 75. And I think we're probably going to go down and take out these lows at some point today. That's my idea, because we got a few trapped traders, and it's just the way the boys play. They love to catch both sides. So I'm thinking that this morning's open is going to be tough for anybody who wants to short the lows. It's a bot type of trade. And that being said, I'm going to use the notion right now that this last low down here, 63, wants to get taken out today, and then perhaps test that 62 to 60 and a half area we talked about. Conservative traders sometimes will stand on the side. We've had a couple of days. Cobwebs are in our heads. We haven't been at our desks doing our thing. And so sometimes, again, the most important thing is, can you scrape out a few points out of the market every day? We try to get 4 or 5 every day per contract. And the real question in this business is, can you take something out of the market before you get stopped out? That's the reality of trading. So we're going to take a look at a number of charts today, but this is a setup I had posted in the room, and this is our angel and demon chart. I've actually combined 2 days, this with the prior day, because of the holiday. You can really see those points that I've referenced here that are resistance for now. Right there, especially. The longs can get up above that, and much more neutral. So I'm suggesting that that's probably our resistance pivot for now of consequence. And obviously, this guy right here. And fairly tight overnight range. So at the open, one of the things we want to do is understand where our targets are and where we can go today. And so far, any aggressive long has been knocked back. And you need to decide how many points you're willing to risk on any given trade. Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 1? Is it 5? So we've suggested 65, probably our first key support. It's a support target that should be paid by 65 if you are short. And we had advised paid for sure 65 to 62s. And we'd suggested perhaps this 75 is our key resistance for now. And anybody coming the other way, you've got to think about this 72 as a key. We've come a long way. We're going to look at a lot of different charts today. So you'll see this in perspective. And currently, the convenient trade is long side to try to get a couple of points early. And that really did not materialize into anything significant yet. Just a reactionary bounce. So that already tells you that we're still, as I posted earlier, we're testing for support. So on this 15, first things first, you've got to bust this rain line before we can do anything. And this red line here is my idea of some key support. Till we break that low right there at 63, 64s, that's support. So on this chart, we can see how first time back here, and you want to be careful first time back to the rain line. I've got half gap at 72 and a quarter. So in my opinion, that's a good place if you're long, if we get there to get paid. Because I'm thinking that's got to be our key resistance for now. So this is the 15-minute chart basis. And now if I put this on a 30, and these charts can lie, these are guesstimates. You can see where the 30-minute chart has much deeper support back here. So that's why I want the 15 right now. And then I'm also going to be aware of that 72 zone on this blue line up here, which is really our slope line. Thinking small, anybody playing first thing, even if you're on a simulator, don't get yourself into bad habits. Practice the way you would actually trade, with the size you would trade, and taking stop outs and everything else. Otherwise, you're practicing something that won't be helpful. So taking a look at this chart, the 30 tells me, okay, we've got the red line coming at us. The green line's already been bypassed, and it's somewhat hard to pass three lines all at once. So that's why I'm cautioning about any trips to that 72 area. And this is a Globex chart, meaning it's all day. And this is the convenient trade with 65 support. And the trades you don't like are usually the ones that will work out. If you have more than one contract, you have the luxury of keeping a trailer if you choose to. But my suggestion, by 72 and a quarter, make sure you are paid regardless. That is our convenient trade right there. And usually that's why you don't want to spend too much time pre-market trying the same trade over and over. You want the big boys to help with a trade. Now, if we're looking at this chart for the overnight, we can tell that 73 and a quarter is the middle. But we also want to account for that little bit extra, those extra couple of points. So already we've taken out the aggressive shorts who just want to have a trailer and keep coming this way. And now the next post right up in here will be the key. And so far it's looking like a range type day, but way too early to make any big, predictions. And this is our theory: is it's easier to catch 2 or 3 points than it is to try to catch 20 or 30 or 40. Yeah, everybody loves throwing out those big targets, but the reality is earn a living. And normally we like the first half hour for getting to the half gap. Anybody took it, great trade. It's never easy to take a trade against what you perceive as the current trend. The bigger trend, of course, is up still. I think we need a pullback. When we get it, who knows? But I was thinking within the first few days of this week, perhaps. And I'm not looking for a plunge either. Just some backing and filling. Goal is to take our 4 or 5 points out of the market every day if we can, and beyond that is good fortune. All right, convenient trade, and the 456 is also in play. Let's take a look at the 456. This is a 10-minute chart I've got so we can see a little bit more room. All right, re-auctioning the range type day. So that's all we really know right now is range type trading. In the lows from Friday, RTH, clearly support until broken. So range type trade. My guess is we're going to do that for IB. Now, one of the things we want to talk about as we go along is risk and reward. So for those who are willing to use this 65 to 62 as support, better odds, we said, convenient trade going long. Will that work every time? Absolutely not. Just over time, those odds will be better off playing out. Let's look at a couple of other charts. Anybody who took the first trade, convenient trade, great trade. Coming into our 72 and a quarter to 73. And this is yesterday's, and again, a bogus type of day, but retesting that break. Here's our RTH chart. And taking a quick look here. And this is the basis for my thought that that 62 would be an important idea of support. And we've obviously got to get up above all of these lines. So I think that's the next challenge for the longs, is to get above green, blue, red lines up here. And these hours represent just the RTH, regular trading hours. So learn our lingo. And I call this the funnel because I think this is the range that needs to be resolved before anything else now. Get up on top of this, it's bullish. Stay here, it's still neutral. Get below the rain line and keep coming, bearish. And first time back, I expect this to hold within a few points. Hope that helps you for our opening swing.